everybody, it's Rain, and in today's video we're going to take a little look at the 18-inch extra fine Hackle by Valkyrie. I am going to show you a little demo of how I lash on some fiber and diz it off using some hand combed, hand blended fiber that I plan on using for socks. This fiber is a blend of mohair and wool. I will be showing you in a future video on how I make this particular sock fiber and how well it holds up and all that jazz later on. So here we go. So one of the things you're going to need with your Hackle is a pair of these type of clamps. These are the type I personally like. I got this pair in a 2-pack at Lowe's for, I think it was around $15, and they're well worth it. They're nice and sturdy. You want to make sure that you clamp each side securely down to your table. As you can see, mine is nice and secure with these type of clamps. I can move it and pull on it, and any type of strength that you're going to need to diz your fiber off is not going to move this Hackle, and that's what you want to be safe. So I didn't really record the beginning of this just for time's sake. All I did was start lashing my fiber on. And as I said before, I'm using a mohair and wool blend. As of right now, my proportions and my fiber are a secret, but I can let you know this is wool and mohair for now. So this fiber is going to be spun into socks, and they are actually going to be for my husband. I already have a pair with this same exact fiber myself, and they are holding up wonderfully. So I can't wait to show y'all in the future. So there's really no rhyme or reason to how I'm lashing it on. I'm trying to get the smallest amount possible behind the Hackle and keep it right at the tip so that all of the fiber is out in front. And I'm just adding more fiber where it seems like it's a little lower and just going across and trying to make it nice and even. This past weekend, I was blessed enough to be able to go and film a video. It's a little bit different than my usual content, but I think y'all are really going to love this. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the little bell notification to be notified of when I upload next. So I always like to put a chair, or you can use a basket, just something underneath your Hackle to catch your fiber while you're dizzing it off. I add a little bit of twist and thread it through the hole of my diz, and I start dizzing it off. Now this is quite the slow process. It takes a while. You need to take your time if you don't want to pull the fiber too thin so it breaks. So take your time and just work your way across the Hackle. You will get the longer fibers first, and then you'll start working your way down to some of the shorter fibers. That's one of the main reasons why you want to have the same or really close staple lengths when you're mixing fiber. Because if you have the same staple length, you're going to get a much more even blend than if you have one that's longer versus short, because you're going to pull all your longer fibers off and you're just going to have mainly that fiber as compared to your shorter fiber. Then it'll all be left at the end. But I'm going to show you a little tip I use that kind of helps you work your way around that. So stay tuned until the end so I can share that wonderful tip with you. As we work our way back and forth across the Hackle, if your fiber starts to feel really thin, you might want to add a little bit of twist as you go. This fiber doesn't really require that because it's not a really fine fiber. It's just for socks, as I said before. But if you're working with something like alpaca or a really fine merino that's really slippery, you might want to add a little bit of twist before you pull out on your diz. And that will help keep the fibers together a little bit better and not let them just kind of fall apart as you are dizzing them off the Hackle. So another wonderful tip I want to give you, as you can see, we're starting to pull quite a bit of fiber off of our Hackle. As you work, you're going to notice that the fiber is wanting to start thinning out. So what we're going to do is we're going to push that fiber down so we can try and get a more continuous fiber, just like so. And that will really compact the fiber down and that will help you get a lot more fiber off of your hackle. Our main goal here is to get as much fiber as possible off of our hackle and have little to no waste, because like I said before, this is already combed and blended top and there are no nips. All the fiber is good. We just need to make it a continuous long braid for some beautiful uninterrupted spinning. So honestly, this really isn't necessary. I had several fiber braids of this top that I just put on my hackle, mainly just for practice, because I'm going to practice making more of my like exotic comb tops, like wool and silk mixed together, and I wanted to use the hackle and get a better feel for it since I've only used it a few times. But honestly, if you can use combs and diz off of your combs, it's no different than using a hackle. You're just doing it over a greater surface area. I would definitely say dizzing off is one of the harder things to do in the fiber arts, just because once you get to the end like this, it can be a pain in the butt. And as you can see, I'm trying to keep it in one hand and just kind of wrap it around my finger as I go, and that'll help you keep any breaks from happening or anything like that. And most people don't even get this far. Most people just go ahead and pull it off and end it, but I try to get every little bit I can. I hate to waste any wool or any sustainable fiber for that matter. So here is my special tip for all of you that have watched this far. If you have any difference in staple length, or really any blended fiber for that matter, I always take the last little piece I dizzed off and I'll get my first big chunk that I dizzed off and lay them together just like so. And then I will take it and add twist to it all the way down the length together. Make sure they stay together. And that is going to be my comb top. And that will really even out any inconsistencies that you might have encountered while you were dizzing it off. It's going to put pretty much the last little pieces of fiber together with the most dense saturated fibers at the beginning. And that really helps with consistency. So it got a little tangled while I was trying to film, so I had to stop the video, and I went ahead and did it off camera and braided it up. And this beautiful fiber is what we're left with right here. I cannot wait to spin this up and knit a pair of socks with it. It's going to be a wonderful experience, and I'm going to take y'all along for the entire process. That's all I have for today. Remember, be subscribed for next week's video. It's going to be awesome. I'm most active on Instagram. I also have a Facebook and a TikTok. You can visit my Etsy store if you'd like, rainfiberarts.com. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.